Hello. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. I hope you had a wonderful week. It's been a while, but thanks to your patience. And I just want to use this medium to also say thank you to every single one of you who supported during the London Marathon event, and those who donated, came out that day to support, and also checked up me after the event just to see how I was recovering. Appreciate the support. So today we'll be talking about the concept of positive and negative motivation, right? And what that means. This is just my opinion, by the way. But you can do some research around that too. So positive motivation is maybe when you share your dreams with people and they actually believe, and they believe in you, they support you, you actually want to make sure you do it because people believe in you. But also negative motivation might be as a result of people doubting your ability to do something, right? And then you use that as a fuel to actually say, you know what, I'm going to prove to myself, not them, right? Because the moment you start saying, I want to prove you wrong, there's, again, it's subjective, right? But personally, I wouldn't say I want to prove someone wrong, because it doesn't do me a favor to prove that person wrong. If I'm trying to prove you wrong, then that means I don't even need it for myself. I'm only going to do it because I'm trying to prove you wrong. So for me, that does not work, So it then goes around, it then takes me to, some of the arguments or conversations people have where they say, oh yeah, don't share your dreams or goals with small-minded people. I don't like to use the word small-minded people. I would say people who don't have strong self-beliefs, right? Because I don't think anyone is small-minded. I think our mind is so unique. Like, our mind is crazy what we can do with our mind when we believe, right? So people who their self-beliefs is not as high, and then they then project the fears towards you, right? Say, oh, don't share your dreams or goals with those soul people. Yes, I agree. If you're someone that is just on that journey of building that self-belief, building your self-confidence, building your, starting to think that, I can achieve anything, and you've got these ideas, to some people it's crazy, to some people it's out of the world, to some people you're too optimistic, which I still never get. I'd rather be too optimistic than be pessimistic. Just my opinion. Whatever everyone thinks, you're too optimistic, you're too this, you think you're that special, right? If you're just starting your journey, right, in building your confidence, I would encourage you to make sure you surround yourself with people who will give you as much as that positive motivation. People who believe more than you believe in yourself, right? Talking about association, talking about mentorship, surround yourself with those sort of people. And read a lot. Read personal development books to help you, build your confidence and build your self-image, right? Very important. Then as you grow, as you develop yourself further as well, right? No one, both people that have high self-beliefs and low self-beliefs, should scare you from sharing your goals and your dreams with them. Not because you're trying to gloat. When you also share, I'll speak about myself. When I share my goals and, dreams with people, it's not because I'm trying to gloat or I'm trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm the guy. I'm sharing it with you because also maybe that can also encourage you to do something. Maybe you've been thinking of these ideas, you've been thinking of this goal you've had for a while, to say, you know what, Alex is sharing this, I think I can also, I'm also thinking about this, I'm thinking about this, it becomes an idea, kind of like sharing, and you encourage people, right? So that's the reason why you should share your goals with people, because you don't know who that will awaken the inner self-beliefs in as well. And also say, you know what, I've got this goal, I've got this dream, but I just don't know how to do it. But I've got it, right? And I'm going to try to figure it out. That's a talk for another time, right? So even when they give you that response as well, that negative response where it's like they kind of like project their fears in you and question your self-ability, that should also serve as a fuel of motivation to do that thing. Right? There's a parable where I come from, right? I was speaking in English. It says, if everyone is clapping for you and saying, well done, you're doing something wrong. If everyone is saying, oh yes, I believe you can do it. I believe you can. Oh yes, go on. Yes. There's something wrong somewhere. So you also need that group of people who would also say, you know what? I don't know. Like, you're too this, you're too that. You also need those people. Then you know you're onto something. Right. I give an example. Like I said in my previous post about a marathon, I remember sharing it with a few people a couple of years ago. Obviously, the idea of marathon didn't just come. Again, it takes me to, I think, a quote I saw the other time. He said, God is not going to put something in your heart if he knows you can't do it. Right? Impossible. If he knows you can't do it, he won't show it to you. Right? I remember sharing it with a few people a couple of years ago. This was 2021. And I explained the reason why I wanted to do it. It's like, oh yeah, but you're not an athlete. You know, these are stuff that athletes do, which for me, at that point, I've never done marathon before. I don't know anything about marathon, but I just knew I wanted to do it. I hated running. Oh my gosh. Like, I hated people that know me years and years and years, like for years now, even when I was, they know treadmill. I don't like going on treadmill. I don't like running. But here now, this guy coming to say he wants to do a marathon. Does that make it make sense? Oh no, you can't. Like, oh my gosh, you're gonna get injured. Oh my God. Nah, that's not something you should even be thinking of. Do you know how many miles? Do you know how many kilometers? Like, it's not. I think someone even said, oh, it's not something black people do. It's like, what is wrong with you? But anyways, fast forward to 3 years later, now it's been done. So sometimes when you have this goal and that dream as well, it does not mean what happened in that point in time. It doesn't mean that. It just means you have it. So what are you doing towards it? I'm going to work towards it. I'm going to plan towards it. So in the case of the marathon, started training, right? I applied a couple of years ago. I didn't get into any of the ballots, which was also okay. But this was God also preparing me because I was not ready at the time. Along that journey, we've done the Acne Half Marathon just to test our ability, right? To see, yeah, we can actually do this. Shout out to my director then who put me on the half marathon in Acne them time, right? And then when the right time came, it was done, and now upwards from here. But what am I saying though? Too often times, I think, again, sometimes someone would say, oh yeah, I want you to, again, when you get these negative motivations from people, they'll say, oh yeah, I want you to do it first. When you've done it, then we can then see that, we can also do it. But what people also fail to remember is, during those times, like I said now with the example of the marathon, it took about 3 years now to achieve that. So there's been 3 years of work that have gone into that. Not saying you can't, there's also a parable where I come from. It said, the time that someone wakes up, that's their morning. Right? So I'm not saying, yes, one can't start that process for themselves, but that's 3 years of work that's gone into the journey before getting to this point. I'm not saying it's going to take you 3 years, because like I said, along that journey, there are also other things that happened that kind of also delayed me doing the marathon. But you can imagine it was 3 years of work that's gone into that. So if you're waiting for someone to go and do it, talk about the concept of financial freedom, for example, you say, oh yeah, when you do it, when you've become financially free, because that's one of the goals up here, that I've got financial freedom by a certain age as well. Or when you do it, then we can then start doing it. But what makes you think when I've done it, I will have the time to come and be starting from scratch with you? But that's a conversation for another day. My point is, right, as you build your confidence, as you build your self-beliefs, as you develop yourself, you should not be scared of sharing your goals with anyone. Because you built a shield, you built a solid foundation. My mentor would say the reason why you should read and listen to a certain podcast every single day is to protect yourself. Yes, to increase your knowledge, to gain more insight about life and everything, but it's to protect yourself from any negative forces or energies that come into play. Yes, humans, we do have our days where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't. And especially some of the people it will come from, you would be hurt 100%. Family, I'm not just going to see a stranger outside and go share my dreams and goals with a stranger. So it's always with the people in your cycle. So it would hurt. So what that does is, with reading and listening and associating yourself with a certain level and caliber of people, is it helps protect you from those, from their lack of self-beliefs to affect you. Right? But anyways, I feel like I've been talking for a while. Thank you for listening. But again, like I said, don't let anyone steal your dreams. Don't let anyone steal your shine. You owe it to yourself. And God is not going to put something in your mind or in your heart or show you something that He knows you can't achieve. Whether you believe in God or the universe or whatever it is you believe in. But that thing you believe in is not going to put anything in your mind if He knows, or that thing knows that you can't achieve it. And don't be scared to share your goals with people. You need it. Remember this. If everyone is clapping for you, everyone is clapping for you. You're doing something wrong. But anyways, thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. And see you again soon. Thank you for listening. And stay winning.